Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Has the WNBA Players Union finally reached their breaking point? Is Breanna Stewart being honest and genuine in her latest comments? Are they really starting to see the end of the tunnel? Or after seeing Nafisa Collier trash the league, trash the offer every single time a microphone was placed in front of her, Breanna Stewart has realized maybe that's not the best route to go by. Rebecca Lobo, another UConn alum, a UConn national champion. Maybe she called Breanna Stewart and said, hey, Breanna, all of the public support you guys had going into the negotiations, you guys are losing a lot of that fan support. Maybe you need to correct course and start to win some of them back. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Breanna Stewart says, on endless CBA negotiation talks, she's just starting to see the end of the tunnel. Stewart said she could start to see a finish line to labor negotiations for the first time since WNBA players opt out in 2024. The article goes on. 15 months later, Breanna Stewart told Front Office Sports that she is just starting to see a possible resolution to the talks. The Liberty Star and Unrivaled co-founder is also a vice president in WNBA's player union, which has been pushing for a bigger share of league revenue. Stewart told reporters earlier this month that while WNBA players have the ability to strike, quote, in our back pocket, no strike was imminent. In a recent interview with Front Office Sports, Stewart said that she had told her wife that, quote, my brain is hurting from the range and complexity of the talks. Quote, unfortunately, I wasn't an economics major or anything like that, but we're trying to get the best deal possible and we want to negotiate in good faith with the league, Stewart told Front Office Sports. We're hoping for some positive kind of change or reinforcement here. Now, if you're a player in the league and you see your leader show this type of vulnerability, admit to being incompetent in this realm, how much faith do you have in that person? Your brain's hurting. Is it too complex for you? Are you really the right person for this job? How much faith do you have in this person being one of the leaders in the rooms trying to iron out these deals? In December, the WNBA proposed a structure that offers players 70% of the league's net revenue with a salary cap around $5 million. Later that month, the union sent the league a new CBA proposal that asked for 30% of its gross revenue and a salary cap of roughly $10.5 million. The WNBA has yet to offer a counter to that proposal, but ESPN reported that the league believes the union's proposal will result in $700 million in losses over the course of the deal. Now, this is why I ask, is Breanna Stewart being genuine in what she's saying here? Is she being honest in what she's saying here? How can we now start seeing the end of the tunnel when the latest report, the owners haven't even responded to an offer you sent out over 3 weeks ago now? The WNBA sends out an offer. The players respond with a counter offer. The WNBA 3 weeks later still hasn't gotten back to them. I'm not sure how that translates into start seeing the end of the tunnel. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. The sides agreed to 2 extensions to October 31st deadline before a January deadline passed without a deal. The sides are now operating in a status quo period, meaning that much of the old CBA is still in effect, but either side could initiate a work stoppage. Asked if she could see a light at the end of the tunnel to negotiations, Stewart said, I feel like I'm just starting to see it. Last week in Berlin, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the league hopes to launch a women's league in Europe after it launches the men's version it's currently planning. Quote, we ultimately like to do a women's league in Europe as well if we can figure out the correct model, Silver told reporters. The WNBA has historically reported losses, but a lack of full transparency around the teams and league's books have been a point of contention in labor talks. Stewart says she heard about Silver's comments about a potential NBA-backed Women's EuroLeague for the first time when talking to front office. Quote, I think that while that is exciting, we're kind of a long way from that. I would agree. The American Women's League isn't even popping. So we're going to go to Europe and start a new one? Okay. Quote, we have a lot of things to kind of figure out first, like the WNBA and how we're going to really figure out this formula where players are getting valued while also making sure the league is set up for success. Well, your counter offer doesn't seem like it's really caring if the league is set up for success. It seems like you guys just want your money, and if that means the league's going to ultimately fail within the next few years, well, you guys have your money, so you're okay with that. If the if the league is saying, well, we're going to lose over $700 million and that's pretty much going to put us out of business, and you guys are saying, well, we're entitled to that money, well, are you really trying to make sure that the WNBA is set up for success? She goes on to say, hopefully that's a little bit later down the road once we get our affairs in order over here. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert reports to Silver, who has taken an optimistic tone to the labor talks. Silver said in December before the NBA Cup final that he would go to the bargaining table if needed. Quote, we're available to do whatever is necessary to help get the deal done. I'm encouraged by the fact they extended the deadline once again to January, presumably the sides. Now, here we go. In terms of Adam Silver, I think the stepping in Adam Silver is going to do is say, how much money is it going to take? Forget revenue sharing. How much money is it going to take? I think all of the increases in salary cap and increases in max salary, part of that is Adam Silver chiming in and say, yeah, just up the salary cap. Don't give him any more revenue share. Just up the salary cap a little bit more. Just up it a little bit more and up it a little bit more. And eventually they'll say yes. Now, something that has been reported before, and I just haven't talked about it over here, is that the WNBA is exploring buying back 16% of its stake that was sold in 2022. Now, this could give the WNBA some flexibility in being able to offer a larger percentage of revenue share if they own a larger percent of their own league. Fresh off pandemic season, the effects of which reverberated well into 2021, the league needed money because they were about to go broke. They were folding. The lights were almost off. Kathy Engelbert led a capital raise that league trumpeted as the largest ever for a women's sports property, eventually selling a 16% equity stake in the league for $75 million in February. The funds were earmarked for brand elevation, marketing, and the globalization of the WNBA. The buyers of the stake, a large group that includes several WNBA owners, Double Dippin', and Pau Gasol, Condoleezza Rice. What does Condoleezza Rice have anything to do with this? And Nike stand to earn back their original investment several times over. Now, the WNBA declined to comment. Sources said the idea was still in exploratory stages, and it's not clear how buying back the stake would be structured or funded. It was widely reported at the time that the $75 million stake valued the league and its teams at $1 billion. However, a source with direct knowledge of the raise told Front Office Sports the actual evaluation was closer to $475 million after the influx of the capital. So the WNBA is trying to get back some of the league that they sold about 4 years ago at this point. Now, if I had to take a guess, let's say, again, it's an exploratory stage. Let's say they do buy back some of that stake, right? If I had to take a guess, it's not going to be used in this rounds of CBA negotiations. If I had to take a guess, it would be used in the next round of CBA negotiations. However, if the league is exploding, if everybody's watching women's basketball, if the product is as hot as it's ever been, why would I sell my stake? Why wouldn't I just hold on to my piece of the pie and watch that thing go through the roof? It's a question that I have. What's my incentive to sell this stake? Caitlin Clark's only going into her third year. She'll be around here a little bit more. By the time she's in year 8, 9, yeah, maybe then I'll sell. She's looking at the back end of her career, getting ready to retire. Maybe then I'll sell when it's at, maybe then. But right now, why would I sell right now? Unless you may also believe the bubble may have burst. The peak has come, the peak has gone. Or there's some backdoor deals getting cut. Hey, just sell it back to us and we'll figure it out. We'll get you taken care of. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Like the video, subscribe, that would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.